Hi Leos, my name is T. Welcome to So Help Me God. If you find this reading helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And without any ado, let's see what we have for you. God, please show me what I need to see on behalf of Leos. And please give them the discernment to know if and how these messages apply to them. Thank you. Judgment. Okay, Queen of Wands, that is your energy. Nine of Pentacles wanted to come out as well. And Death. Okay, so the deck was kind of like split a little bit, and this is what I saw. The Star card underneath the bottom, and then the Ten of Cups peeking out. Okay. So Leo, this is great energy. The Judgment comes up first. So I guess there are two things I'm seeing so far. With the Judgment, a lot of times it is considered to be a reconciliation. So it can be a reconciliation in the form of getting back together with someone, a romantic interest, a friend, or someone that you were at odds with, right? So it could be a rekindling of that relationship, but it could also be, if not a rekindling, a meeting of the minds, so to speak. If there was any contention, it's like peace from it. Sometimes even closure, but not necessarily closure. I think it's it could be a meeting of the minds. You understand a new understanding with someone, whereas the relationship or communication went haywire before. The Queen of Wands is, I associate that with Leo specifically. Some people associate this with any of the fire signs, with Aries or Sagittarius. Me, I associate the queens with the middle signs of each particular element. So the queens of the queens of fire, or I should say the Queens of Wands, which is fire. I associate that with Leo. With air, swords, I associate that with Libra. With earth or pentacles, I associate that with Virgo. And with cups or water signs, I associate that with Scorpio. Okay, so that's just me. It's more like a sequential type of thing. So I'm definitely getting this as your energy because this is your reading. And regardless if you are a man or a woman, a masculine or feminine, you are showing up here. And this speaks to how successful you come across, how successful you feel, how beautiful and attractive you feel, not only with the Queen of Wands, which is just a glamorous, bold, energetic figure in and of herself, okay, male or female, in and of herself, okay? But there's 10 of Pentacles here, which means that there's something that you're doing that's very lucrative and successful, and it's based upon your own investments and sweat equity. Some of you guys might have Virgo in your chart, even though the nines, the latter numbers of the particular elements, right, I associate with the latter signs. So this could be Capricorn energy as well. This is arguably minor arcana for the Empress energy. So some of you may be single, or there's a business enterprise or creative enterprise that you're nurturing single-handedly. It could be that, even if you're not single, right? So some of you may have some earth in your energy, possibly Taurus as well, but I'm leaning more towards Virgo. And then there's also Scorpio energy here, which the death is a rebirth, right? It's kind of like a renewal, a regeneration, an evolution, right? It's like the new and improved of something after a painful but rewarding transformation, usually, right? So there's something about you that's changing and evolving, but it could also be because judgment and death in a way have similar overlapping energy. It could be a rekindling with the Scorpio energy. Scorpio could be significant in some way. It is major arcana, so it's very strong. You're transforming. This transforming energy is very strong. And it seems to be attracting people to you. I say that because of judgment. Someone or someones from your past are very attracted to you because of that positive, creative, fertile energy that you're giving off. They're inspired by that. And then the star is wish fulfillment, which could be something that you're experiencing or soon to experience, recently experienced. It also seems like, given these other cards here, that it's literally some sort of star power or star quality. Positive attention. It's like you are wishing for things, making it happen. You're successful. Looks like you've got good karma your way as well. If the judgment, some sort of judgment is falling on you, some cosmic or universal judgment, you've got good karma, which is also helping you to create some stability for yourself, some recognition. This is definitely high value energy, whether involved with someone or independent. Things that you're wishing for, that you're hoping for, are either coming into fruition right now, or you have positivity that's snowballing and you feel as if your dreams are coming true, or something might be more good is on the horizon. That could also be this judgment card, is in your sense of, your destiny. But there's definitely a transformation here. Maybe you were feeling the opposite recently or in the recent past, and things are turning around. It could also be a judgment, a reconciliation, or some sort of rekindling or meeting of the minds with a Scorpio energy. The death card being there could also be an indicator of time frame, because we're in Sagittarius season right now, but it could be something that this lucrative, successful energy could have been something that really started paying off, or you saw it paying off starting in Scorpio season and then heading now into, if this Leo energy right here overlaps into Sagittarius, it also makes sense, right? Okay, so let's see what else we have for you. This one wants to come out. Five of Roots. Yeah, at one point, so there's lacking, dissatisfied, abandoned. At one point here, you did have some worries about stability. There was, because fives are an uneven number, there was some flux or change, which in your stability, which may have caused you to worry a little bit. This is because some of these numbered cards, they have keywords and some symbols. This is associated, this Five of Roots, aka Pentacles, is associated with Virgo energy. So it could have been something that caused you a lot of worry, anxiety, in the pit of your stomach, this change. But because Judgment and Death is here and the Nine of Pentacles, it's like somehow this was turned around for you. You were able to turn this around. And more than likely, especially if you believe you had some divine help as well. This came out in the black and white deck, which means that it's underlying, it's latent energy. This might have been something that you felt recently, but it's not at the forefront. It's just clarifying that Judgment energy. So let's see what else we have for you. Some of you might have been worried because you might have even had like a change, because the five could be a change that causes a feeling of instability, even if it's not an actual instability. There's also Mercurial energy here, and we're still in the post-shadow period of the Mercury retrograde. It's going to be felt, I believe, until the 29th or the 30th of this month. So this lack could even have been an illusion. Maybe because there was a change in your job. You might have had to leave a job, change a job. There's something, some kind of change in your career that caused that energy. But it looks like this one wants to come out. Yeah, Ten of Flames, which is also Sagittarius energy. This is a painful ending, but because the tens break down to ones, in a way, it's also an ending to a painful or burdensome situation. It's Sagittarius Jupiterian energy, which is expansion, it's hope, it's optimism. Aquarius is associated with the star card, but it's similar to this energy, which is hoping and dreaming and wishing. So somehow you've been through some tough challenges and you were able to, with your bold energy, keep it pushing. You kept pushing with something. And it seems like it's paying off, or you might even be experiencing just a renewed sense of faith that something is going to work out. Some of you may have been exploring or had to explore being financially independent in terms of your own business ventures or working for yourself, or maybe even if you have like a job and you work for an employer, something on the side got a major boost that is helping you to relinquish some worry, helping to bolster your finances a little bit, maybe as something to fall back on. Yeah, an Ace of Flames under the bottom of the deck right now, which is, aces they represent ones, right? So it's oneness, selfhood, and this is inspiring yourself, energizing yourself. But aces are also divinity, which are gifts from God. So God intervened in some way to help turn your lack situation into something that is abundance. Yeah, Four of Flames. This is potentially Aries energy, but it's arguably a marriage card. Somebody might see you as a bachelorette or bachelor that's marriage material. But what I'm getting from this right now is it's home and it's stability. So some of you might be able to, make your home situation a little bit more stable, maybe purchasing a home. But either way, when you have the Nine of Pentacles here and home, that is the opposite of worry energy. That's the opposite of lack energy. So something seems to be stabilizing for you or on the horizon. Oh yeah. So it says, worry not. It almost flipped upside down, but this card is the same no matter how you look at it. Even upside down, it's still worry not. And this is your energy again. This is one of my God cards in this deck. It's more obvious in the colored version of the deck, but it's one of the God cards commingled with the sun. So this is the sun, God's eye, with rays shining down on a sparrow. And regardless of your religious beliefs, if you're religious or not, this speaks to a Christian spiritual song that his eye is on the sparrow, meaning God's eye is even on this little sparrow. He's watching even this little sparrow. It doesn't have to worry about what it's going to eat from day to day. It doesn't have to worry about things. If you were worried about paying bills or what you were going to afford, what you were going to wear, what you were going to do, if you're worried about everyday things, this is saying that you have happiness coming. Don't worry. You're blessed. You're protected, because if God's eye is on the sparrow, he's watching you too. That's what that means. And it's clarifying the death card. So you definitely got a major rebirth in something turned around for you, where it's so positive. Even if you don't see this yet, it's a permission to not stress. It's a permission to smile, be happy, to know and believe that things are going to turn out better for you. Not only because of your work, the work and the efforts that you put in, but also because of the divine is stepping in. I do get the sense that there's some good karma here. And under the bottom of the deck here is spot on intuition, facts, proof. So I think some of you are getting some intuitive nudge that things are going to turn out okay in your favor. Okay. So we have the Knight of Drops And we've got the Six of Ideas, Six of Swords. Now, these kind of flipped over, and it's probably the way I shuffled it in reverse. The Six of Ideas, or aka Swords, is calm, balanced, going to calmer waters. And it flipped over in reverse, which is turmoil, stuck, haunted. But there's a Knight of Drops that looks like they might be in this energy right now. Knights being movement, drops being emotional. I don't know if this is someone that you've dated, someone, I don't know if this is someone you dated, if it's a friend. It's someone who moves with emotional intent. And it seems like this person may be worried about something or cannot move on. So it looks like there might be maybe a relationship, an additional relationship or romantic message here as well. This person, because it's clarifying the Judgment card, this person might actually be feeling a lack and missing you right now. Under the bottom of the deck at this moment is confidant, loyal, and genuine. They probably realize that about your energy. Leos are fixed energy. And there might have been a steadiness that you provided to this person. Some sort of emotional steadiness. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm not seeing that in these cards yet. But it could be that that's the reason why this person is feeling a lack. And I'm assuming wanting to reconcile. This is the person that you may or may not choose to have some sort of judgment with, reconciliation. Yeah, blessed be the person whom God corrects, which also has some hermit, which is Virgo energy, and the Fool. So yeah, your faith was definitely tested recently. You might have experienced some losses in terms of people, health, finances, resources, but the purpose of that was to renew your faith in God. And under the bottom of the deck at this moment is my other God card. This is Divine Love. And this card is also the same. No matter how you look at it, it's the same. Okay, but under the bottom of the deck, underlying energy is Alpha and Omega. You had to experience some sort of flux, some uncomfortable fluctuation with your Pentacle status and maybe even with your relationship status. And it seems as if it strengthened your faith and your ability to manifest some stability for yourself. And it seems like it might have strengthened this person's appreciation of you. Okay. Page of Roots, King of Drops. And because this is post retrograde shadow period, it seems like a lot of cards are popping in reverse. I don't know if that has something to do with that energy. But this is pages are communication. Roots is more like a tangible communication. So it might be face-to-face, communicating with touch, holding hands. It's in reverse. This is someone that you probably are not in communication with. The King of Drops in reverse. They might be experience a little bit of turmoil as a result of that. This energy might be overlapping with the reconciliation energy. And also, there's the Ten of Flames at the bottom of the colored deck this time, which tens break down to ones. So this could indicate that you did have a painful ending with something, but it could also, tens breaking down to ones means it's in a way akin to Ace of Flames energy, which is a new beginning, a new spark, a new inspiration, a new passion, or a renewal of an existing or previous one. It's also, aces are gifts from the divine, so it's like divine intervention. And it's also about selfhood and oneness. So in a way, this painful ending could also, it's cyclical, lead to the end of a painful situation, meaning that something positive is coming out of something that was painful and negative. Yeah. The wicked person flees when no one pursues. The moon energy and the devil energy. This person may owe you an apology. The King of Drops, I usually associate that with Cancerian energy. There is potentially some Cancerian or Pisces energy here. Some of you may also have that in your chart. And the Ten of Flames is at the bottom again. Regardless of your religion, okay, this is Job scripture, biblical scripture. And the point of this is, blessed be the person whom God corrects. God allowed Job to be tested by the devil because God had faith in Job. God allowed that testing for him to lose resources, to, suffer from illness, from loss of loved ones, as a test of faith. So in a way, God had faith in Job, that he could go through all of that and still keep his faith. His faith would be strengthened and God would be able to renew what Job lost and then some. Renew what Job lost twofold, tenfold, 100-fold, however many fold. There is the devil energy here as well. It's like for some of you, when you were building this lucrative energy for yourself, or even before that, you might have felt as if there was nobody by your side, that you were lacking support, that you were left to do everything yourself. But that was a part of your test. It made you stronger. It made you stable. Your stability is being renewed now. that pain is being harnessed into the end of a painful situation, into a new beginning. The 10 is breaking down to an ace. The divine, the universe, is intervening in some way in your favor. That's why you're being asked not to worry. And for some of you, it looks like you have someone returning with an apology to reconcile. You may or may not decide to rekindle a relationship with this person, but you may get some sort of peace of mind or an apology or closure with this person. And for some of you, during this trial period, this faith testing period, the loss of this person was just temporary, and it served a purpose, which was to strengthen you, to strengthen your independence, to help you to manifest, to harvest negativity into positivity, because you were put in a situation, and some of you felt like you had no choice but to sink or swim. But if this person did something that they shouldn't have, to hurt you or betray you in any way, I do feel like they're feeling guilty about it. Because the wicked person flees when no one pursues. I do believe that that's about guilt. But either way, you've got positive energy to look forward to, wish fulfillment. You're getting positive attention. You're impressing people, and more importantly, you're impressing yourself. And you're being asked not to worry. Okay, Leo, I hope this was helpful. That's what I have for you. If it resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.